everybody. My name is Paul. I'm one of the librarians at Thomas Crane Public Library, and we are happy to see you today on TCPL at Home. And I am here today with my colleague and fellow librarian at Thomas Crane Public Library, Eileen. Eileen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Paul. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, I'm happy to have you here. I'm also happy to talk today about Hoopla. You'll see that's our topic for today. It's a resource we've had for a little while at Thomas Crane Public Library, and it's one of my favorite applications that we have. It offers a wide assortment of materials, and maybe, Eileen, you could tell us a little bit about what the Hoopla has to offer.
Well, Hoopla is a fantastic resource. It's one of my favorites too. It offers a variety of formats. It offers ebooks, audiobooks, movies, music, television episodes, comic books, all for free. It's a free app, a free service, and it's something that people of all ages can enjoy. There's an amazing amount of children's materials as well as adult materials.
Well, and one of the things I like about it is how easy it is to use. Whenever somebody comes to the library and asks about ebooks, they haven't used them before, or they're very new to using them, I always go straight to Hoopla because of how easy it is to use and how often I use it for myself, for my family. It just, it's one of those applications that really, I think, makes the transition to ebooks and digital content, especially for people checking out at the library, much easier.
Yep, definitely is great. And you can use it in a variety of technology. You can use it on a desktop, a laptop. It works on Android phones. It works on Apple phones. And it just is just so versatile. And it's really, really a fun little application that we offer. So,
and like I said, it's very easy to use. If you have your library card, you'd need your PIN number for Thomas Crane Public Library, and you'd be able to access it. And we access it all the time. And so I think let's talk a little bit about what we've used it for recently. And we will start with something from you.
Yeah, I have recently listened to as an audiobook Eat, Drink, and Be Healthy by Walter C. Willett. He's a medical doctor and a doctor of public health at Harvard. The book was published in 2017 and offers a lot of up-to-date material about how to eat healthy. This is my go-to reference book on eating better, and it's something that I have listened to at the gym and walking around before a few times. It'll tell you what carbs are good, what carbs are bad, because not all carbs are bad. It'll tell you some recipes, a meal plan list, a lot of so much valuable information, and it's not boring either. I was really engaged with his voice, and I really enjoyed it, and it's something I'll go back to often over again. So
well, and we know that the narrator, the person reading the book, can make or break an audiobook sometimes.
No, most definitely. Yeah.
And having an audiobook on here is a great example. You mentioned you took it to the gym. These items can be downloaded to an iPod or an iPad, and so you can. They are more mobile. That way.
Definitely. Yep. You can download them. You don't need a Wi-Fi connection after you download them, and then you can just listen or read on a plane. And once you have it in airplane mode, it still will work if you downloaded it. And it's just so great to have. And I wanted to also mention that it's 7 checkouts a month. So at each calendar month, you'll get another 7. So definitely don't lose them because they don't roll over. So you'll just go over another 7 after the month is over.
Right, and Hoopla likes to send that email out at the end of the month to remind you have so many credits left to use.
I know, and you're like, oh, I gotta do it.
Right. You feel like you're missing out if you don't use them.
Yeah. Tell me about one of yours, Paul. Curious.
Oh, sure. Well, this one is actually one that my wife has read and recommended. We're at home right now with our son, who's 2.5, and she was reading about the Montessori Toddler by Simone Davies. And interesting book, just a different style of parenting than we knew about, and allows you to approach your child maybe more from their perspective and learn how to engage them differently. And just another toolkit for those who have kids at home, whether you send them to daycare or you're staying home with them currently. So it was a very interesting book, and it had a lot of tips that I found useful, but it's one of those things you can kind of pick and choose what you
Right.
like from that toolkit.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the great thing about nonfiction. Like, why I love listening to nonfiction instead of reading it, when you can just kind of zone out for a second and then come back and you'll still get some great information. You don't have to remember about characters or plot or anything. That's just something I enjoy about nonfiction audiobooks myself. And then obviously you have that same kind of enjoyment with an ebook as well.
Right, exactly. Okay, so we have another one from you. What is that one?
This is a wonderful romantic comedy movie that I watched a long time ago. It's called Strictly Ballroom, and it's directed by Baz Luhrmann. You might remember him from Moulin Rouge, from the Claire Danes, Leonardo DiCaprio, Romeo and Juliet. This was one of his earlier movies when he was still in Australia, so it's an Australian movie. It's about ballroom dancers, professional ballroom dancers, and they have got those gorgeous costumes and everything, which are fun for me. But it's a really sweet romantic comedy about like an ugly duckling woman who kind of gets to step up and dance with like the handsome gentleman, and it's really sweet. And just the actors were not any big names. Um, they really mesh well together, and at the end you're just like, yeah, I could see these two working out, so it's really a sweet movie, and if you're like romantic comedies, definitely check it out.
Well, and Hoopla also has a nice app that I use on my Roku. So I
Oh,
don't know if I'm gonna watch Strictly Ballroom on it,
come
but it
on.
is it is nice that you could have your Roku on your TV.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's also on other smart TV devices and
Mm-hmm.
watch these movies. I believe only the movies are the what you can watch through that app, that the smart TV apps. But definitely, it makes it more comfortable than maybe crouching over a
Right, you get a
laptop or
nice big
something like
screen.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll stay a little bit cinematic with my
Yeah.
pick. Star Wars Volume 1. This Star Wars comic book took place after Disney. Disney purchased Marvel, but they also purchased the Star Wars properties a few years ago, and they started up a new comic book series that is a lot of fun. It kind of fills in the gaps between the original movies. I believe the series is still ongoing, and there's actually several of these volumes of graphic novels on Hoopla. So I enjoyed it as a Star Wars fan. It's kind of fun to go back and follow the characters and see what they were doing between the
Mm-hmm.
films, and I would recommend it. It's fairly all ages, just like the Star Wars movies. Maybe the young ones wouldn't get much out of it, but
Yeah.
otherwise pretty broad appeal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, all of our picks for Hoopla. And so we wanted to share just a little more information about how you can contact us to learn more about Hoopla and maybe some of the other resources we have. And there it is. I did it. I got the phone number up on the screen. So you can call us at 617-376-1102. That number is not staffed all the time, but when it's not staffed, you can leave a message, and we will be happy to get back to you to help you figure out anything you need from us at the library. You can also find us on thomascranelibrary.org. Now, we do have a chat function on there, so occasionally Eileen or I and one of the other librarians might be online, and there's a little piece at the bottom of the screen that you can click on. It'll say chat now. Click on that, you type in a question, and one of us will respond to you live. Um, and always Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can follow us on there. And I think that's going to do it for today for Hoopla. Thank you all for joining us. And of course, thank you, Eileen.
Well, thank you, Paul. This was fun.
Yeah, it was great. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye
See
bye.
ya. Bye.